Hey, Mike, how are you?
Hey man, hurry up.
Um, so you know a lot of things about a lot of films that I want to know about, so I'm just gonna ask you pretty much everything. Um,
All right, we'll see what I can say.
so no, you've worked on Rick. I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan too, and which is like the ultimate sci-fi show that you can like you basically think of whatever you can do, whatever you can think of. Did Loki give you that sort of similar challenge where you're not like restricted to anything? This is a completely new Loki that we haven't really seen do anything. So like, did you have that same sort of freedom?
Yeah, totally. It felt very similar to Rick and Morty in that sense, in that it was like, all right, you can do anything here. There's no cap on our imagination. That's a testament to Marvel as much as anything. You know that they allowed us to be as crazy and risky as we could possibly be as a writing staff. Kevin Feige really empowered me to take chances with the character and everything. And so in that sense, yeah, it reminded me of working on Rick and Morty.
Awesome. And so like this Loki is pre Dark World, pre Ragnarok, New War, all that. But now he knows what happens to him ultimately, what's supposed to happen to him. So like what's sort of the journey you're sending him on? Is it a redemption story that he's trying to like correct his past, or is it sort of a revenge tale?
Well, I guess I can't totally answer that. That'd be giving it all away. But I think that the pilot or the first episode starts the process of forcing Loki to look inward and self reflect. Really take stock of who am I? Why am I the way that I am? And those are all questions we were really interested in examining as a team.
I've seen like there's way stronger things out there than Thanos and Infinity Stones. So how much fun was it to just sort of play in that kind of sandbox and like do all these different callbacks?
I mean, I think it was really cool to take the world of the MCU. There's literally 10 years of history. Oh, did we lose him? There's 10 years of history um, that have come before this and everything. There's so much weight and everything on stuff like the Infinity Stones and everything. And what I thought and what our writing team really got excited about was, all right, how can we say that stuff is basically just bullshit compared to what the TVA does? It's all in service of just making the TVA, establishing them as a more and more formidable force for Loki to be running up against. And so, there's a lot of good opportunities for Easter eggs and stuff within that.
Gotcha. And then there's this real like obvious after what happened with WandaVision, there's this really like Owen Wilson's character sees like a devil on in the church, I think. And was that an obvious reference to what happened in one, or like to that sort of villain, or is that just sort of like an Easter egg, or is that just doesn't really mean anything?
So, what sort of villain? The M guy,
Yeah, the one
the
we've all been hearing about.
uh, man, time will tell. Time will tell. I love a good Mephisto speculation.
Yeah, there's been plenty. And so like I was talking earlier about like there's that character that shows up at the end of episode two. What are you allowed to tease about that person without? I mean, I know you can't give away anything, but like, what's episode three have in store for us in that regard?
Um, Something awesome. It's if you're excited by the end of episode two, buckle up because it's things are just going to get crazier from there on out.
And is it like is it a character that Marvel fans will know, or is it someone completely that we're not expecting?
Um, I think that depends. I think maybe uh, some people might know them, some people might not, but in any case, it will all become clear very very shortly.
Awesome. And then so you're writing, you wrote Loki, and you're head writer in that, and then you're also involved with Doctor Strange, and then with WandaVision, we're also kind of seeing all these like seeds being planted with all these shows, and then Spider-Man's coming in December. So you're like you're tasked with basically connecting all these different moving parts and putting them together in Doctor Strange. What kind of challenge did that present to you? And what kind of excitement can we expect next year?
I mean, it's with every Marvel project, the charge is the thing you're working on, make it the best thing it can possibly be. And so that meant making the Loki show as kick ass as we could. And then trusting that it would organically, fit into the rest of the MCU and the blueprint moving forward. And so all of these things inevitably feed into one another. And so, there's a lot of cool stuff to come.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time, Michael. Thank you. I can't wait for the rest of the series and Doctor Strange. I'm sure that's going to be nuts too, but
Thanks, dude.
Appreciate your time.
I appreciate it.